Hey, I'm doing another single shotgun review. No friends are here today, it's just me, so I just saw Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul, and it ain't very good. Okay, so this is the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid in 5 years. And because of that, it's got all new actors, and okay, so I'll just give a brief description of my thoughts toward the other movies. Uh, I really don't like the first one and the third one. The only one I care for at all is the second one, which was reasonably funny. Um, this one, The Long Haul, is honestly the worst of the series. Um, there are only like two compliments I can give it. One, it's reasonably well recast. I mean, like Tom Everett Scott really does pass as a replacement for Steve Zahn. Um, and they got a good replacement for like Roderick, even though the guy that plays him sort of looks like a punkier Weird Al Yankovic. One big exception though, despite the fact that the kid they got to play Greg in this one, despite the fact that he actually does look quite a bit like the older actor, there is one glaring error in this, and that is that in Dog Days, the third movie, it's evident that that kid had gone through puberty because his voice is broken in that one. In this, he's back to being prepubescent, and so the other compliment I can give it, there's a mildly amusing parody of the shower scene from Psycho in this. Other than that, the rest of it is pretty much all crap. And honestly, even if you are a fan of the other three Wimpy Kid movies, I still wouldn't recommend it because all the situations in this movie are really bonkers, even by Wimpy Kid movie standards. And it's yeah, it's really not very funny. It's a real a lot of gags that have to do with body fluids and whatnot. You know, you know, somebody gets onto an amusement park ride, and after eating a stick of deep fried butter, he vomits onto a guy's face. Hilarious. Um, a kid accidentally dumps a bag of Cheetos into the hot tub that he's in and comes out looking like an Oompa Loompa. Hilarious. Uh, a guy goes into a bathroom, and Greg is in there trying to not let him know that he's there, and he has to listen to all the hilarious. And of course, there's a scene in which they're on the road, and it's 37 miles until the next rest stop, and so Greg just has to go so badly that he starts peeing into bottles, and that's a joke that's been done to death. It was in Dumb and Dumber. They did it in Paper Towns. I thought at least there should be like a funnier payoff to it in this than Paper Towns. There's not even much of a payoff to it. He just kind of sets the bottles down. All right, and yeah, it's really just the all the scenarios are just way too far-fetched and just way too nuts, and even oftentimes the people make such dumb decisions, like the family is very close to their destination. They're on top of a hill, but the car is dead, and so their destination is just at the bottom of the hill. So naturally, they'd like walk down to their destination, and while they're there, call for roadside assistance, right? No. Instead, they decide to. So Greg Greg brings up the possibility of actually pushing the van while they ride the way down. Even his dad is like, that is seriously the worst idea I've ever heard. Regardless, it immediately cuts to them just doing it. What? Yeah. So, honestly, there were also kids in this movie. They really didn't laugh that much. I was quite surprised. So, yeah, I really can't. I really can't recommend this movie for anyone in that sense. And also, one other thing that's oddly lacking in this Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, the actual diary. You know, those cartoons that the other movies would consistently cut to every now and then. It's barely in this. Like, there are only like 2 really brief cartoons before the end credits, which are filled with them as usual. So, yeah. Not to mention, it's kind of odd that they just cut to The Long Haul, which is actually the 9th book in the series. I mean, they adapt the first one, and then they adapt the second one, which was actually a mashup of the second and third. And then they go to Dog Days, which of course was the 4th book in the 3rd movie. And then they just skip to the 9th one? I mean, about a year ago, I think the one they were planning on working on was Cabin Fever, because I remember seeing Cabin Fever on the release schedule. But yeah, so I honestly really do enjoy the books. I just really don't think they're movie material, and definitely not if they're gonna go if they're gonna go the route of The Long Haul. I mean, maybe if they did something that was maybe if they did something more like the movie Roderick Rules, I mean, it'd be passable entertainment, because Roderick Rules is like the only one that I could ever see any chance of me watching it again, because there are a few good laughs in that one. And I gotta say, even some of the things that even some really memorable things about the book series that are in the movies are really done extreme in this one. Like for one, one thing that I just love to hate about the books is just how Greg's little brother Manny gets away with everything, and his parents are just there to nurture him, whatever the circumstances. Even in here, they do it. They have to like really think outside of the box here, because there's a scene where Greg gets out of their van and he's about to walk into a supermarket, and there's a car coming that honks at him, and his mom leans out the window from the van, and she goes, "Hey Greg, watch the road. You almost woke up Manny." I'm sorry, I'm not buying that at all. So, yeah, honestly, I really can't recommend this one. If not for the one Psycho reference, I'd say I'm gonna give this movie a D-. It's pretty worthless. So, alright, so then there were no new trailers with this one, so I would say that I'm now off to see Everything, but honestly, after seeing seagulls devouring Cheetos and a pig using a kid's potty and seeing zero gravity vomit, I honestly kind of feel like I've seen everything. Okay, so the movie Everything is up next. Bye.